Alright, for today's video, I'd like to welcome y'all back to another intro of your boy, chilling with the homies, Kativa, Moonlord, and Frosty. So, you know, we're just vibing. It's a chill vibe over here. It's a good time. But for anyone who's observant, you can see in the upper left-hand corner of my screen, we do in fact have 5 Neptiliuses in the party. So we have started training the Neptiliuses to try to get them to level 65. So that's what today's video is going to be about. I'm going to completely clear the level 60 oil rig, kill every single syndicate boob on there as well as the chopper, and get as much EXP as we can. So let's get out of here. And for anyone who wonders why I'm choosing the same seat over and over, because with this most recent update, all of these seats broke for some reason. So I lost just 2 actually. I lost these 2 seats, and as crazy as it sounds, I've been too lazy to fix them. So recently I've added some storage additions throughout my base, some storage upgrades. So that side used to look like this side, kind of messy, just a bunch of refined metal chests, double stacked, and now hexalite chests, advanced chests. So I think it looks a lot prettier, and then obviously it's a lot more storage space. And they stack, which also makes it worth way more storage space because these ones don't stack. So even though they're not that much of a difference in storage space just between the 2 chests in terms of 1-to-1, the fact that you can stack these chests and not these ones makes a massive difference. But I could be wrong, you know, maybe you can stack them with the new update, who knows. But really quickly, I'm going to set these furnaces to cook because I would like the blaze house to be constantly smelting ore so that I can have EXP constantly going at the base even though I'm going to be on the oil rig. And then last time I was training the Bastivores, I could actually only train 4 at a time because I had, whatchamacallit, because to get to the oil rig I needed to have a flyer. And so my flyer at the time was Jet Reezy, so I would need Jet Reezy or Lord Zeno to get to the oil rig. But this time around, ooh, I'm gonna need some extra ammo, aren't I? I don't think 300 is gonna cut it. Take a small amount of mass where it would take 600. That'll be more than enough. But oh wait, I forgot to grab some flamethrower ammo. I think there's some down here. This is extra. Yeah, wait, actually I could just grab some more from here, yeah. Anyways, what was I saying? I needed a flyer to get out to the ocean on some of my previous oil rig runs, but now, because I'm training Neptiliuses instead of Bastivores, those guys can swim on water, so, oh man, how much is it gonna be? Dude, this, guys, is why I call it the Coralum Rifle. My lord. Anyways, so now I can get out to the oil rig without a flyer. So now I can train 5 Neptiliuses at a time rather than 4. So it took a long time to say just that, but that is indeed what I was trying to say. I have this for the... Alright, and then let's grab some more laser Gatling gun. Yep. Alright, and that should be good. I'll take off my multi-climate undershirt. And then I know I've been talking about in a couple of my recordings, I'm trying to get better at flying from place to place so that I can find dungeons that I haven't marked yet, skill fruit trees that I haven't marked yet, lift monk effigies that I haven't picked up, the last 5 to 6 journals that I'm looking for. I know I normally like to fly around for those reasons, but I forgot to switch these out. I'm fast traveling right now because I don't have a flyer, as I was just talking about. What's special about the Neptiliuses is that I can go 5 of them out to the rig at a time because they're a swimming pal and they swim really quickly and they can get me onto my favorite spot to raid at the rig safely. So just Neptilius is definitely the way to go, but I do lose a flyer unfortunately, so I can't fly from place to place to be able to get like more lift. Ooh, loading in the rig is always a little bit laggy, but yeah, I don't get to fly from place to place, but that's okay, it's worth it. This Neptilius is fully condensed, isn't it? Because normally it says 4 seconds until you hit the water. Nice, they're all going up to trust level 5. So that is something I wanted to work on with this raid army as well as my first raid army. I want to definitely take these guys to the oil rig and get them level 65. But I do want to keep all 5 of them in my party overnight, a couple nights in a row in real life. Because I want them to gain as much EXP as much trust as possible from just sitting in my party. Because I don't know if they made this stat more significant or what, but I was looking at some of my Bastigors, and the difference between a Bastigor with like level 1 trust stat and level 10 trust stat ended up being like, I'll have to double check it, but it was something like over 250 attack points or something ridiculous. So I was like, man, I definitely got to check that out. So let's see how I want to do this. So I'm spotted already, which is fine. Should have switched my pendants, but I'll have time to do that right now. I guess I kind of like the health pendant a little better because I make a lot of mistakes. And then don't forget, I've got the growth acceleration bells. So I gain a lot of EXP. I gain EXP a little bit quicker than you normally would. Also, I started the recording with one headphone halfway off again, so I hope it doesn't mess up the audio on the recording too much. It's so weird how when I enter on Neptilius, it aggroes a whole different group of people versus when I enter on a flyer. Okay. That was a lot, man. Anyone who's watched my videos before, who's a member of the channel, knows I do not like those things, man. There's way too much variability to them. They just Why was that Katiba so weak? All the other pals and people on this rig are so strong. Why was that Katiba like an actual level 57 non-condensed, no passive Katiba? What was that? Anyways, yeah, I just don't like the big red barrels. They send people absolutely flying, and it's kind of hard to keep track of them once they've been sent flying. Dang, okay. Not like I'm headshotting you. I kind of thought I was going to have you, like, stunned for a second. Wow. I do not know how I aggroed this many people, but flamethrower is kind of cheesy. It's a little bit cheeky. This is why I do the flamethrower cheese. It kind of just feels super rewarding. And I just slightly scoot over and I jump back out and I do it again. For anyone who doesn't understand why this is working, it's because the person in the front of the group has line of sight of me. And what that means is only one of them sees a shot open on me. So only the guy in front of this group thinks he can shoot me. All the other guys are waiting to get a shot on me because they're stuck behind another guy. So they think they don't have a shot on me. When really they probably should just shoot through their homies. They probably can't kill each other, but... So if you just shoot the guy in the front and stun him so he goes, oh, like that, and he doesn't shoot, hey yo, that sounded crazy, then you won't get shot. You can have a whole group of people just staring at you, and you can just shoot them to your heart's content, and they won't shoot back at you. It's pretty hilarious. Also, you have to be careful about how long you take on this rig, because I was clearing this entire rig the other day, and since I don't have my gobspins that are fully condensed with like Vanguard and Stronghold Strategist and stuff like that, the rig takes a lot longer to clear than it normally would. So what I'm trying to get at is it took me like I think 1 hour, it must have been an hour, to clear the rig yesterday, and the rig freaking respawned in the middle of me doing it. I was clearing like the last 5 to 10 people on the rig, and I lagged out super bad. I thought my game was gonna crash, and then next thing I know, out of nowhere, the entire rig respawned. So I was like, oh, that is not good. So definitely, I think that's got to be a new move, right? Because I've done this rig a couple times, and they were not doing that before the update. It's a little bit frustrating if they do that now. Look, and he can shoot me. Like, all right, made him stronger. I like that. He's got a move where he can hit me from up there. He's got a move where he can hit me from here. And this guy needed to be stronger, didn't he? Nice little buff to him. Anyways, I don't remember what I was saying because I started complaining about the Crusher, Syndicate Crushers. They definitely made some changes in this 1.0 update, and I don't know, I'm definitely pretty torn on it because I love some things about the update, and then I'm pretty darn frustrated about other things in the update. Like, maybe it's just me, but I was trying to build, like I showed you guys that little storage upgrade I did from my smelting and mining room. I changed out a lot of refined metal chests to be advanced chests, the hexalite chests, and yeah, just the new building mechanics were a little bit of a pain in the ass to work with, to be 100% honest. So maybe, and again, that was just like one interaction, so I have to reserve judgment until I've built several structures several times with the new updated build mechanics. But currently, I'm not a huge fan of them. I had a couple complaints, but Power World 1.0 hasn't even come out yet. It's a game in beta, so they have not finished, you know, making this game and doing all their final little touches that they want towards it. Where am I getting hit from, dude? I'm getting shot from some unique angles right now. Also, this skin looks hilarious shooting the flamethrower. I don't know if that's because the update, I don't know if that's just the skin, I don't know if every skin does that when they shoot the flamethrower and I just haven't been paying attention, but it's hilarious. He looks like he's barely hanging on when he's shooting the, okay, alright. So, who is shooting me? Someone is, I think it was all those, I think it was one of those guys. So let's try to see if we can't stop them right here. No, we cannot. Alright, dark move, chase me down the stairs. There we go, let's stop them right here. Alright, don't walk forward. See, sometimes they push forward and they get their own line of sight on you, but this is a pretty bad stopgap. That's why normally a better stopgap to put them right here, so that it's much harder for them to push past one another out in the open. You'd think it would be easier, but actually group up better over here by the corners. Alright, shield, come back please. Oh, alright. Yeah, the other leaf bunk ran up on me, but I wanted to take care of this one first. He died during his dark blast. Hilarious. Leaf bunk, kind of like Xenovator. Super annoying to face on the rig specifically, I would say. Let me see your head pop up again, spooky. Knock your top off, damn it. Come on. Don't do that to me. Kill this mofo. Come on, man. Is he dead? Can't even tell. Polaris, we bro. Polaris on this rig also not very fun to face. Kind of cheeses me off, pisses me off, but it's all good. I damn near died to a Polaris the other day. Polaris and a leaf bunk teamed up on me and both hit me with fire moves. I got set on fire, and I was already low health. I had no shield, so I was forced to jump off of the rig. I damn near died. It was scary. Alright, Polaris. Knock that off. Oh my, I reloaded because I thought you were dead. You have like 1 health. I wonder if those things are still immune to being captured. I have not checked that since the update, so I'd be interested to see if they are or not. Get this done. And then I like to aggro all of these guys so that I can, pull them this way and then abuse some angles against them. I don't love the new change to the sword on these guys. These guys are overpowered. Watch, they flash immediately. It feels like it's really difficult to react to, and they still have the same busted hitbox that like hits through platforms and stuff. So I do not like this sword changes being on the Syndicate boots, but I haven't gotten to try it out yet, so see, like, look, why is he charging from there? dude is freaking insane, but yeah, I don't know, I guess I'm doing a lot of complaining. I should try, you gotta see what I'm saying. And then he does it again too. They swipe so fast now with the new update. Yeah, they swipe from like further away, it seems like too. They swipe straight through barriers pretty often like the Xenovators do. Ink. See, lets it go immediately and still hit me even though I dodged. So I'm like, geez. I haven't tried the sword update, so maybe I just need to stop complaining. Maybe when I use it, it'll be really fun. But man, the sword update on these mofos, chillax, man, way too much. These guys are straight up Hashiras. These guys are for sure Hashira. These are no longer Suzuko. They're no longer, shoot, I don't even know the other ranks. I don't think anyone does, to be honest. Like, shoot, they were kind of like two-part ranks for Demon Slayer. They were like, it was like a Mizuki and a Mizun, and then like a Kizuki and then a Kizun, or something like that. There was like two-parter to every rank, and there was about 5 of those. I wish I remembered a little bit more, but it's also like a language barrier thing. I think if it was an English word or a phrase that I had understood and used before, I'd probably be able to remember a little bit better. But the more I watch anime, the more I'm trying to remember ranks and phrases and things like that. So try to remember those names if I ever look them up, so that next time I'm recording a video, I'm not at a loss for words. Dang it. I probably could have killed him. I definitely could have killed him if I would have been focusing on hitting more headshots. But I try to also commentate these videos to make them entertaining as well, because I'm sure watching me clear an oil rig for an hour and a half will not always be extremely entertaining, you know? So I try to get some entertaining commentary in there too. That's another thing I've been trying to get better at right there, is that one last final shot. Oh, bruh. Damn, and then he sent another one off right after. These guys got no chill, man. Another thing I've been trying to get better at is shooting one shot at a time. So I'm at 100 bullets, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95. Just trying to get better at unleashing one singular bullet, getting them closer and closer to 1 health. I just feel like that level of control can be extremely helpful in a lot of situations, especially when you're fighting bosses that you aim to capture and whatnot. Oh man, less than optimal. I know this is less than optimal to let this guy shoot me so much and to let that thing shoot me so much, but I just wanted to show something in the video. I don't know why. There is nothing more satisfying than destroying one of these with a flamethrower. Look how quick it gets destroyed. And I don't know, it just feels so good to, I don't know, I just feel like a flamethrower isn't supposed to be able to take that out. So to be able to take that out with a flamethrower, it feels so rewarding, I don't know why. Probably shouldn't, but it just does. If I took a ton of damage, I did a ton of silliness, a ton of nonsense just to get the rush of taking out machine gun turret with a flamethrower. Why are they not hitting for headshots? Should probably stop shooting and pay attention, but I told y'all, sometimes I just get lost in the trance of just letting this thing ring. Gotta get back to commentating, but it's just one of those grindy parts. Not much to commentate. Well, that's what I was gonna say earlier. I was thinking about different ranks from different animes. They gotta fix that too. I don't know why Hellzypher just falls through the floor every single time. But I know Naruto, you've got, oh, yeah, you've got Genin, Chunin, Josunin, and then Sun for the Leaf Village. I think different places have different ranks, but I'm not entirely sure. And then I guess technically it goes from Sani to Hokage, because there was the 3 legendary Sanin, which stood so far above the rest of the Jonin that the Hanzo, the salamander dude, had to give them, he didn't have to, he chose to give them their own rank. He was like, you three are the 3 legendary Sannin of the Leaf, alright? Go tell everyone and I'll tell everyone. Pretty sure that's how that happened. But the Hokage from the Leaf village is always the strongest ninja in the village. So apparently Hiruzin and Minato and shoot, what are their names? Hashirama Senju and Tobirama Senju. Those guys were all the strongest in the village at that time. So just based on how the lore is supposed to go, how the rules are supposed to work and all that, the rankings. When Naruto was good, but I did not like the ending of that show, so I ended up kind of having a sour taste in my mouth by the end of the show, not really being as interested, as involved, as excited about it by the end of the show, unfortunately. But it's still a really good show overall. I still enjoyed it. I still bought a lot of Naruto drip because I watched that show, so I know I'm being very vague and I'm just talking about like ranks and stuff, not bringing up any like cool scenes or fights or characters, anything like that. I'm a huge adversary of spoilers. I do not like spoilers, so for me personally, so unless I like write spoil alert in the title of the video, I'm not willing to drop any spoilers personally. I know I'm keeping it pretty vague and talking about stuff that seems like irrelevant, but there's a reason for that. Dude, that move is ridiculous. That move, I swear to God, if they just see you, they let that move fly. They didn't even be near you and they just let that thing fly. I don't know why the Syndicate Crusher can't shoot me through the Xenovator, but I do appreciate that. I saw him shooting at me, and all of his bullets were being blocked by his own pal, so I do appreciate that. I don't think he hit me even once, so I think I'm still regenerating my shield. I don't think it's going to reset the timer. Yeah, I think I was correct. And then these things are like some of the most unaccurate, what should I call them, enemies? They're not even really an enemy, they're just a turret, but adversary, I don't know. Just some of the most inaccurate shooting you're going to have to face in the entire game. I guess I could say that, and that would be correct. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. He started shooting his machine gun. He's not inaccurate. If you stand in front of him, he'll light your ass up. Another thing I wanted to talk about. Another breeding project that I'm working on is Zoe. I caught Zoe or Zoe from the whatchamacallit, the one abandoned church or whatever. And now I'm gonna go to the level 30 oil rig, the lowest level one, and I throw on my Ring of Mercy and I grab my laser Gatling gun and I get as many Syndicate boobs as I can down to level 1. And from there, I get them all down to, did I say level 1? I get them down to 1 health with my Mercy Ring, and then our Ring of Mercy, however you want to say it. And then I try to catch as many as I can because you can only condense Zoe with other NPCs, so that ends up being pain in the ass normally. So catching the NPCs on the ship is the quickest way to condense her so far, is what I've found. Because other than that, you can't breed NPCs, so it's kind of hard to get 116 NPCs. Because I'm pretty sure 4 plus 16 plus 32 plus 64 is 116. So I'm pretty sure that's how many you need to upgrade a NPC fully to fully condense an NPC. So catching 116 NPCs kind of annoying. And the Zoe and Grisbolt, like, that's really cool, but man, that one is going to be a grind to get 116 of those, because you have to kill 30 Free Pal Alliance boots to get just one Zoe and Grisbolt. So what's 116 times 30? Holy crap, is that like 30,000 or 300,000? How many Free Pal Alliance boots do you have to kill? It's a lot of zeros. That's all I know. I think it's 3,000. But still a lot. 3,000 Free Pal Alliance boots is enough. But I wonder if they were thinking about that. I don't think they were thinking about it for the player who wants to have it. Oh, you know what? It just costs 2,000 dog coins from the metal merchant though, doesn't it? Because I did that for the new schematics. I was watching a YouTuber's video, and I didn't realize the metal merchant, he's selling the new armor that I'm wearing right now. He's selling the armor that came out in the most recent update. He's selling a legendary schematic of it for 780 dog coins, the metal merchant. Anyone who didn't know that, 780 dog coins for a legendary schematic of this armor. So I recently just purchased that from the metal merchant, but what you can also purchase from him is that one fruit that makes any of your pals go from level 3 condensation level to level 4. That would probably be so much easier than catching the 64 NPCs. I'm probably gonna check my Zoe when I get home. Zoe, what am I gonna call her? I gotta, you know what? No. I'm ending this right here. I'm American English, so I think the way I'm gonna pronounce it is American English. I said it like it's an identity. That's hilarious. I speak like Americanized English, so I think Zoe would be Z-O-E-Y for my language and my culture and my pronunciations. I don't know. I think I'm obviously gonna get pushed back on that. People are gonna say, well, O-E can be O-E. You know, it doesn't have to be O. But I don't know. I think Z-O-E is Zoe. I think it still can be pronounced Zoe, and there's nothing wrong with that. I need water soon. My voice is breaking. I think it can be pronounced Zoe, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think Z-O-E is Zoe. I think Zoe is a really good way to say that. But I want to check my Zoe when I get home and see how far condensed she is, to see how much further I have to go, because I think that would be a very worthy investment to invest one of those fruits in rather than get 64 NPCs. Just pay 2,000 dog coins, because I get like 150 dog coins from one of the expeditions. So per expedition, I've only got to send out, what, 15 expeditions? 10? 15 expeditions? Oh lord, how did I even hit that? That's so frustrating. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if the devs think that's like a cool or a funny feature, or if they don't know and they're testing it out to see how people feel. I really don't know. I think that's annoying. But I'm going to try to kill him before he can cause problems. It's such an aesthetic thing to see in the upper left when they all hit level 60 and learn Thalisonic Laser. It's just so pretty to look at. Oh, I found the Hell Cipher. That's hilarious. I don't even remember whose Hell Cipher that was anymore. It was the Syndicate Crushers, I believe. And he's really just going to sit there and let me hit him in the head 100 times. Super embarrassing. Well, it wasn't 100 headshots, so I guess it's more embarrassing that I missed some of my headshots and couldn't kill him her with 100 bullets. Well, that's how the game goes. Oh, and a hunter out there. Great. I did see 2 bodies get flung, though, so that is actually a little bit more accurate. Where did he go? Did he drown? Alright. Well, let me check my phone. I received a text message. Uh-oh, I hear music. Alright. Just an update, doesn't need to be replied to immediately. I could probably finish clearing this oil rig, or at least wait until I'm in the middle of the chopper fight, because in the middle of the chopper fight, I get stuck sitting still, waiting for my shield to come back pretty often. So I'll have a couple of 30-second breaks in the chopper fight. That's when I'll reply to that text. My totally real girlfriend, not paid actor, for anyone who saw that, is totally texting me. I'm not making things up. For anyone who saw that video, totally real, not paid girlfriend versus tower bosses. I always forget this chest, so I knew I had to go back and grab it. I don't know why. I remembered that I forgot it. What a weird thing to remember. And I'm just picking up all this loot, because why not? been wondering the whole video, why am I so heavy? But then I realized I've got all those rockets on me, and the rockets are expensive in terms of carrying capacity. They take up a lot of your carrying capacity. Only 900 rockets is 900 pounds. Well, I say only. It's 1,000 rockets. Oh, okay. Can't really see what's going on here. Yeah, alright. Okay, whatever I got in the end. There you go. I was gonna say, I think I could be hitting this guy for headshots, so I'm glad I was able to switch over to headshots. Nice! Killed him right before I ran out of ammo, too. And again, I know this might be boring, guys, but we really are here to clear the entire rig, because I think I brought my Neptiliuses a little bit too low of a level, so I don't even think this is going to get them to... Oh, I should not have settled for shots that were not headshots. Whoops. I don't even think... I think I brought my Neptiliuses too low of a level. I think they need to... Hello? Oh, it was a... Where did that fireball come from? There's normally a Polaris, but you have to get all the way up there to activate it. Guys, if it was from the water, I'm going to be a little bit frustrated. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Okay. Alright, was it a fireball or was there a Syndicate Interceptor? If it's a Syndicate Interceptor and it's just my own dumb fault... Oh, that was interesting to see this guy change like that. That was cool. My own dumb fault for not paying attention, then that's fine. But I thought it was like a pal from the water throwing a fireball at me. I was going to be pissed, because stuff like that has happened before, and I'm always just like, bruh, how does one dodge that? But that did not seem to be the case. I seem to be mistaken. Those things, it feels like you almost have to let them hit you. One bullet, hilarious. No, no, stop. I feel like that move should last a tiny bit longer. Dark Laser, I love that move. I think it's so cool. But I feel like there's just not enough of a duration to it. I feel like if it were to have a slightly increased duration, I think you'd see a huge power spike out of that move. Which again, I don't know if it's necessary, but I like that move, so I would not mind seeing like a full Mississippi added to that move. Or the duration of that move, excuse me. Ooh, let's see if 50 bullets precisely. Not quite. And I think I landed everyone as a headshot too, but I could be incorrect. Nice. I'm glad he didn't get that shot off. That rocket gonna freaking hurt my armor, son. Don't need all that noise. And then let's go... Did we get this guy with the Xenovator? Because I always forget about this guy with the Xenovator. He's always so well hidden away. Yep. Very well hidden away. I never even noticed he's there. And then the Xenovator always tanks for him too, so I can't kill him. So annoying. Got a good little... Yep. They've got a good little gimmick going on, I tell y'all. But then look, I hide behind his Xenovator for a couple of shots, so he can't... Come on. Yeah, that guy, he's a good foe, man. He's a good foe. That. Aggro you. Aggro you. Reload while running backwards, and then get ready to shoot these guys from range with the laser Gatling gun. Because if you try to shoot these guys from range with the flamethrower, it just doesn't shoot fast enough to stop their headshots. I was seeing that Xenovator with the Hellzypher behind it, and I'm like, why does that Xenovator look pink with wings? Because of the red light makes it look like a little bit different, and then the Hellzypher's wings make it look like a whole different pal. That's cool, I like that. Man, this is super fun, clearing this rig for the 500th time to level up my raid army. Nah, it's not the worst. It's just not like super complex. I'm not solving any puzzles here. It's not super interesting to me because I've done it so many times. You know what's funny? I say that and then I'm constantly forgetting how many people are left on each platform. Damn. Screen is shaking a lot. Is that new? Oh, and he didn't die. That's embarrassing. Was one shot away. Alright. I was like, I thought my desk was shaking for a second. I thought there was an earthquake in real life. I was like, oh crap. Oh. I didn't feel like dodging, but I don't think the second one hit anyways. I was reloading, so I didn't want to dodge because it's going to interrupt my reload, and I didn't have to like interrupt my reload. Man, the innovator's alright, but on this rig, annoying. Damn, from there? Alright, homie. Normally a little bit harder for y'all, but respect. Alright, hold on. Now I'm getting shot from over there. I don't know what I did to activate those guys. Alright, hold on. Alright. I think I would like to use this angle right here. Itch my arm really quickly. Alright, let's get back to it. Oh no, this guy does not care. He ran right up. Damn, does not care. Right through the headshot. Shoots me anyways. What a gangster. I really have to appreciate him. I'm telling you, man, the Syndicate laser rifleman, probably one of the most respectable characters on this ship, I can't lie. Dang, look how much EXP this is though. Look how many people I've just got frozen in place. How many was that? Was that 6 or 7 people I just defeated by standing in one spot? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Was there not a 6th, or was that the 6th and 7th? Huh. Alright. Or maybe the 6th one fell over here? Saw a gunner down here. Did I? I mean, I thought I did see a gunner down here. Oh, alright. I guess not. I just didn't want to get approached from an angle I was not ready to fight from yet. I guess there's no reason to destroy that if I don't even have a flying pal. Also, I haven't seen the chest yet. I don't know where it is. I'm almost positive it's not up there because the platform's not glowing. So it's up there, it's over there, or it's over there. I'm not entirely sure yet. Alright, was I over here? Alright, guys, why are we... Dude. What? And he's right back? I was watching a YouTube video, so I'm not entirely sure if this is correct or not. I could just be parroting an incorrect opinion. Oh, there it is. Nice. So it's in a really easy spot. But, I was watching a YouTube video about strongest pals in the game, and apparently Xeno Vader and Xeno Guard both have higher attack stats than Xeno Lord, which I think is insane. I've just, as much as I love Xeno Lord, I've just been a little bit disappointed lately since the switch from Jet Dragon to Xeno Lord. I was honestly expecting and hoping from more from expecting more. I was hoping for more and expecting more from Xenolord. Just because, I mean, it's a raid boss. You have to work so much harder for it, and it looks cooler, and it's got a unique facet to it, and you can't get... Oh, well, that's not great. And you can't get legend on it, and, man, its attack is just, like, way lower than Jet Dragon's base attack, and then... It's also lower than Xeno Vader's and Xeno Card. Again, I could be incorrect about this. I could be spreading like misinformation here, so definitely should probably double check before spreading this opinion or this disappointment of mine. Yeah, nice try. Oh, but then you can shoot right after? Alright. Whatever, that's a little bit frustrating. And then all of a sudden you're really smart and good at chasing and going up and down the stairs. I just wish maybe Xenolord was a little bit stronger. Because Xenolord, I don't know, I see this as only a con that you can't rest on water. I understand it's a payoff for being able to shoot on the back of Xenolord, but at the same time, like, I see it as such a massive con of a trade-off to not be able to recover stamina on water. Xenolord just drowns in the water versus Jet Dragon recovers stamina on the water. I'm gonna hit by that, aren't I? Wow, and I'm burning. Alright. I mean, from an Incineroar, it's a little bit frustrating, but it's all good. Those Incinerams just be doing the most sometimes, so that's why I'm just like a little bit upset. Gonna recover my shield at the very least. I don't need my health back, but I at least need my shield. Damn, he's kind of moving a little too quickly for his size. Chillax, big boy. I really don't want him to shoot me. I want to be able to get my shield back. Yeah, man, I mean, screen be shaking when I was shooting that machine gun earlier. I want to test that out again. Crap, he almost did the move. I reacted really slow that time, didn't I? Should have reacted a little quicker if I wanted to get out of there. So I'll get back. Jeez, man. I know. I gotta stop complaining. I don't have my gob fins, so I'm missing like a 120% attack boost. I gotta stop complaining when my attack is literally cut in half from what I'm used to. Which I don't know why I say that. I've done way more oil rig runs without the gob fins than with the gob fins. So, where is the Incineram, dude? Knocked. Where did the Incineram knocked go? Alright, well, surely it's just gonna hit me with a random fireball at a really bad time. Yeah, don't mind if I do. I will just be taking it. Let me test the screen shake really quick. It does shake a lot more with the machine gun. That's crazy. I mean, it's not like crazy as in unexpected. Like, I'm shocked that it shakes more with the machine gun. It's just, I was a little bit surprised what a large difference. I feel like it shakes your character with the flamethrower. It shakes your screen with the, it hits through solid objects, doesn't it? Sometimes I feel like I'm pointing the flamethrower right at the least punk's face, and I should be getting rewarded with headshots, and that just won't be what's going on. I'll feel like that's what should be going on, and that is will not be what's going on. Apologies. Bev break, should have said something. Ice water is the bev, as usual. What? Oh, I was gonna say, what even blew up? Like, bruh, but it was, there's a syndicate elite over there. Alright. Alright. Okay. That's not exactly how I want that to go. I guess we're just gonna trade, are we? Like, what? What a silly direction he was sent, you know? Alright, whatever, never mind, I guess I'm just gonna land headshots on whoever that is. I was hitting the Crusher too for a little bit there, yeah. This will just have to work, won't it? Hell yeah, especially if I'm hitting the Crusher too. Super good. Alright, let's see if we can. Alright, if we're hitting headshots on a Crusher, that's about as good as it gets. Can't even hit headshots on a Crusher when I see them. Oh, Where did he move that I'm not hitting any headshots at all now? Oh wow, what a weird thing. What a weird thing. He must have like stepped back? Now I'm not hitting him at all. How weird. Huh. Pretty interesting mechanics. I don't know how that quite happened. Okay, I will burn him through this solid object. Knock that off, buddy. That whole sliding forward nonsense is creepy. Stop doing it. I feel like something I forget to keep in mind is I don't think the critical is for headshots. I think it's for face shots. So it's very weird to feel like you're aiming at someone's head sometimes. And it's just not hitting because you have to hit them in the face. But I don't know, because sometimes it still gives you like a headshot for like the back of the face. Yeah, I don't know. Alright. Pick up all this loot. Start the chopper fight. Go back to clearing the rest of the rig. Am I literally already getting shot at? Wow, that was pretty quick. And the rig takes forever now too, because I don't have the gobspins. It's so much less damage to the chopper. But it's all good. I've come to this rig a couple times now without the guided missile launcher, multi-guided missile launcher. And holy crap, man, it is so much more time consuming when you don't have this thing and you have to use the laser Gatling gun or the Corellum rifle. I'm just going to start calling it the Corellum rifle. I'm not even going to call it the charge rifle anymore. It really is like a Corellum rifle. Okay, he's apparently not in that direction. He's behind me. Alright, I'm getting lit up. Dang, he's using stuff. Really? That hit me back here. He's using a lot of missiles. Really? More missiles. I'm used to them just sitting on that machine gun the whole time and just trying to shoot down the freaking hut that I'm chilling in, but this guy is a little more missile. This pilot is a little more missile upset. I was trying to let myself get damaged so I could have a good reason to reply to that text, but I mean, he already let my shield come back and I'm just letting shots go on him. Alright, there we go. That's a good excuse. Really quickly, I'm going to respond to this text. Sorry guys, I'm a slow typer. You guys would swear I'm typing a paragraph too, and it's literally like 2 short sentences. I'm just so slow at typing on the phone. I like technology, but technology don't like me, you know what I'm saying? You could love baseball, but I don't mean baseball gonna love you, you know what I'm saying? So many kids love that game, but I don't mean you're gonna be able to put contact to the ball. Really hard to get that ball to hit the... Really hard to get that bat to hit the ball, excuse me. Just because you love baseball doesn't mean you're gonna have the gift of coordination. Don't mean baseball gonna love you. So yeah, I'm just terrible at typing. Turned into a baseball analogy rant, but y'all get it. Y'all know. My audience knows. What was the sport like that? I guess probably baseball would be the best example. I liked baseball, and I could hit the ball sometimes, but there was kids who could just knock the ball out of the park every single time, and I was more of a kid who would hit it like every 3rd time. If there was like a good pitcher, any pitcher that was, you know, decent at pitching, they could strike me out with no problem. I couldn't really play baseball with kids who played baseball. I could only play baseball with regular kids who throw like regular kids when I was growing up. Kids who play baseball like baseball kids threw that ball way too fast for me. I couldn't strike them out. They'd be hitting a home run on me every time. If I were to think of it, any game that I liked that didn't quite like me back, I'd probably say it was baseball. But I also never got that into baseball. I thought it was cool. I just wasn't very good at it. Also, I think maybe just the culture around baseball is a little bit harder for me to appreciate as well. I don't really like seeds, like sunflower seeds. I don't dislike them at all. I just don't love them, and I feel like that's a huge part of baseball culture. They've always got, a lip of tobacco dipped in. They're always chewing on some bubble gum. They're always, chewing on some sunflower seeds. I feel like that's just a classic hallmark of baseball players. I don't know if it's funny because I really do like all of those things. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's just not a huge fan of the pit vipers, the giant sunglasses. I feel like if you play baseball and you're out on the field all day getting beamed by the sun, you pretty much have to wear those. Like, yeah, it's kind of part of the culture. That's like almost like a helmet damn near, like a bat. It's like an essential part of the outfit, Sitting out there in the sun all day, all those things are just not fully for me. I'm not saying I dislike any of those things, but to do it every day as like my passion, my hobby, my sport, don't know. Like the dirt too. You're always going to be running on dirt, and you're always going to be sliding on dirt to the next base kind of thing. I just like grass a little better. So it's nothing big about baseball, but hey, I know I'm saying some random, irrelevant nonsense right now, but we got freaking 30 more minutes until this rig is cleared, and we've leveled up our Neptilius. So y'all are in for the ride, for real, but just a bunch of small things about baseball that I probably just prefer other sports for those really small reasons. Like hot dogs, I feel like that's essential, like it's an iconic part of baseball, the game and the culture, and I don't know. I like hot dogs. I don't dislike hot dogs. I just like burgers better than hot dogs. I like steak better than hot dogs. I don't know. I just feel like everything that is baseball culture, I probably like football and basketball and mixed martial arts and wrestling culture, all that stuff, probably just a little bit better, but I don't know if maybe cultures, I don't know, associations, foods, I don't know if I'm even using the correct word or terminology to explain the idea that I'm trying to explain or the way I'm feeling. I like baseball, it's just not my favorite. I think also not being great at it kind of has something to do with it too. I'm sure hitting a ball and just having it be an absolute home run. I've done that like with my friends before. Hitting a ball and it goes super far and all your homies get to run the bases and you get to run the bases. That feels good, there's got to be nothing quite like that. But for me, I told y'all, if I'm playing against kids who are good at baseball, I never have that moment, I could only have that moment with like my brothers or friends being able to hit a home run, because someone gives you a terrible pitch. It's normally why I could hit a home run. Versus basketball, I was a little bit nicer with it. I was never too nice with sports. I didn't get any scholarships off of sports or anything like that. Didn't get to go pro or get scouted, but I'd say the more physical contact involved in a sport, pause, the better I was, I felt like. 'Cause I was pretty good at wrestling and jiu-jitsu and karate and boxing and stuff growing up, but I feel like those other sports just require a little bit more finesse in a sense. Like when you have to handle a ball like that, pause. In them sports where you're handling balls, pause. Just like tennis, you gotta have nice finesse with that racket. You gotta have good movement. You gotta have good understanding of maybe the ball would just hit here, but it's gonna bounce in this direction afterwards. So you gotta know where to be to serve the ball back. You gotta remember all the rules while you're playing. Same thing with soccer, the ball might be here right now, but it's gonna move in this direction. just things like that. And I feel like, you know, obviously with football, there's that finesse as well, especially if you're the quarterback or the receiver, you've got your hands on the ball. But there's a lot of positions in football, almost all of them, except like quarterbacks and receivers, where you won't be touching the ball, and it's not entirely about finesse, you know? And I feel like in basketball, pretty much anyone on the team could be handling the ball, and you got to have some level of finesse, you know? You can't, unless you're Shaq O'Neal, where you, like, sure, you can't make a free throw, but you are the nastiest player of all time ever in the paint, then, like, okay, you're allowed to have that deficit. But anyone else on the team, you really got to be really skilled and really talented at handling that ball. You got to have some type of speed, some type of finesse handling that basketball to be on the team, to be an essential part of the game. Oh, crap. Versus I feel like in wrestling and boxing, it's a lot more about heart and will and grit and determination. You could be way less talented and have way less finesse and swagger with your moves. You can be way more choppy and unathletic. But as long as you're around the same weight as your opponent and you're like near their strength, you can hold them off long enough to impose your will upon them. You know, impose your determination and your discipline. Those athletic dudes, they start getting tired by the end of that third period, man. By the end of that 6 minutes, carrying all that muscle weight, cutting all that muscle weight. Look at that, 3.5 million EXP, just leveled them up. Ridiculous. Let's collect this, get back to clearing the rest of the rig, and then rambling nonsense about sports. But it just feels like, you know, also those are more individual sports, wrestling and jiu-jitsu and taekwondo and boxing and stuff, versus some of the other sports I named are, oh man, I saw a level 4 schematic and I got really happy. I was like, oh crap, no way, I finally got a gold schematic from one of these runs. These runs never give me gold schematics, and then when I go to check out what it is, I already have that. But I'd say I think those are some of the reasons that I like the sports that I like. Also, sometimes it's a little bit frustrating in basketball to watch some dudes get pretty physical on the court and push each other and shove each other and get in each other's face, and then like they get a foul for it and it's a technical and you go to the next play. It's like, man, beat his ass. I kind of like hockey a little bit, where it's like you could take the gloves off and be like, hey man, can we get back to the game, or are you trying to be a little bit sneaky, a little bit disrespectful with it, you know? It's just a game, but someone's trying to impose their physicality upon you. That's like an interesting part of the game, you know what I'm saying? What do you do if Shaq O'Neal just stomps your freaking Michael Jordan? What if your Michael Jordan's ego is so big they actually challenge the other team's Shaq O'Neal to a fight and get squashed, and your Michael Jordan is off the lineup for the rest of the game, you know? I feel like that would be an interesting feature. But I like the physicality of some of the combat sports and some of the other contact sports like football. You know, it's kind of hard to hide your physicality in those games. You know, you kind of have to be the best of the best. You have to have elite physicality, elite playmaking. Oh no, hold on. I don't know, I think something about the young man in me sees those guys playing tennis and I'm like, oh no, hold on. I think there's something about me that watches those guys play tennis, and I just see the finesse and the skill they have at maneuvering that ball to get it exactly where they want to go. Especially soccer, man, those dudes get that ball moving exactly where they wanted it to go. In basketball, you got Curry beaming threes from half court. And it just seems a little bit like unrealistic for me. I could never be that nice with it, have that much finesse. So I guess just for certain sports, it's a little bit harder, like baseball I was talking about earlier. It's a little bit harder for me to relate. I don't know what it's like to hit that ball, to just hit an absolute home run of a dinger, hit that thing really far away. So it's really fun to watch at the most elite level, but I guess it's just a little bit harder for me to relate versus, you know, something about boxing, something about wrestling, just whooping ass, breaking someone, making them quit. It feels universal. Everyone's had an older brother beat their ass at least once before, right? Surely, everyone's been thrown into the dirt by like a bully at school at least once. We all know that feeling. But versus, I might not know what it's like to be doing curry shoulders at the half-court mark and putting 80 points down a game, you know? So, but it's been a long time since I've watched basketball. Maybe that's not impressive anymore. Maybe 80 points is no longer his high. Maybe he's put up like 150 points before. Obviously, I'm being silly. I don't think the NBA has gotten to 150 points a game yet, but maybe as like a team could put up 150 points, but not a player. Which is crazy to think. If a team could put up 150 points as a team, it's crazy to think one player on that like 7 to 14 man team could put up more than half of that. Y'all have to comment down below. Anyone who's up to date on sports and watches it on all that, let me know who has the highest scoring game right now. It's probably not even one of the best players. It's probably the result of a blowout, right? It's probably like a preseason game where like the best team is facing the worst team or something like that, or even just the number 3 team facing the number 15 team. Again, I haven't watched basketball in a long time, so y'all could obviously tell I don't remember how it works anymore. Last time I can remember watching basketball was the bubble. Y'all remember that? Bubble ball? That was crazy. That was during COVID. They had to like quarantine while they were playing. It was crazy, and no one else was allowed in or out. They had to keep all the players from the playoffs within this giant dome of a bubble, and I think it was in LA. But I remember that one, the bubble ball cup, and everyone was saying it was like the bubble bowl from SpongeBob. That was super funny. Those were some good memes. What was I gonna say about that though? Oh, all I remember is certain players just go, okay, who is shooting? Okay, that. I was like, I see bullets, but I do not know where they're coming from. Certain players were just going absolutely crazy, having performances of a lifetime. I remember, I think Donovan Mitchell was on the Nuggets back then. No. Who was Donovan Mitchell playing? Donovan Mitchell was playing against Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic on the Nuggets, and then who are they? Man, I don't really remember. Obviously, not a huge fan, not super educated in basketball, but I just remember Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray going back and forth in the bubble, having some dome games where they were like dropping 50 points a piece, each of them, like just going back and forth, having like crazy highlights. I remember Jamal Murray getting the ball at, like somewhere he should not have been able to. I don't know if it was a rebound or he got like a pass he shouldn't have been able to get. Got the ball when he had no business having possession of the ball and still made it to the rim. It was like a 360 layup too. It ended up being something with sauce on it. It was crazy. I just remember highlights from that season, that playoff. Never forget that. Lives in my head rent free. Oops. Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell going back and forth, going absolutely crazy. I think Giannis and the Bucks ended up winning it that year, if I'm not mistaken. But I was also shipping out to the military at that time, so I don't really remember. I was kind of busy going to do basic training like a loser. Alright, bruh. Unleashed 2 shots out of I'm like, bro, I bet he's still aggroing me too with no. Alright. I'm not willing to go that direction because I'll be running into more people. So let's instead pull them towards me. Jeez, I mean, new sword changes. These guys are strong. Dude, I mean, 2 swipes back to back like that is just crazy. Clearly not showing enough respect. I'm actually in some serious trouble right now. It's crazy. I genuinely blame the amount of trouble I'm in right now on the Syndicate swordsman and the new upgrade that they got to their swords. I mean, it's ridiculous. He'll jump and swipe, and he'll be standing right in front of me, and he'll jump and swipe again. I'm just like, damn, dude. As I charge back in, half health, asking for more. But damn, dude, it just feels like some of them are unreactable, too. I know I'm not reacting well at all, and I'm playing pretty bad. But I'm also pretty checked out, to be 100% honest. I've done this oil rig run so many times that just a little bit checked out. I kind of just like, yeah, guys here, shoot. Yeah, guys here, shoot. But ever since this new update, man, they're kind of forcing me to pay attention. I'm like, holy crap, you know? Alright. Alright. I feel like they may have changed. It's a heavy statement. I better have at least good evidence to back that up, or a really heavy gut feeling. I feel like they might have changed their AI, is all I was going to say. I feel like they're slightly more intelligent when it comes to targeting and whatnot now, but I could... Or maybe not more intelligent when it comes to targeting. They notice you quicker, they aggro you quicker, or maybe over longer distances. I don't even know exactly what I'm trying to... Oh, damn, I just got hit hard. Oh, swordsman, shocker. Hello? Hello? Bruh. I don't think that should have been able to hit me. Oh, man. Right when I was trying to say, oh yeah, they definitely made them better at targeting, this guy was like, watch this. Anyways, reload. Did I get the chest in here? That's the whole reason I came in this room. I could probably just get the Neptiliuses up to level 64. And then I have a ton of training crystals because I've been farming some of the raid bosses. And the training crystals just get your pals up one full level, I'm pretty sure, experience points. And I mean, hey, if you're ever going to use those things, excuse me guys, I'm going to wipe off my mouse pad really quick. It feels like I'm like going over crumbs or something on my mouse. But if you're ever going to use a training crystal to give your pal one level, right now the most efficient way to do that, to cover the most EXP, would be going from level 64 to level 65. So I'm pretty sure, you know, we'll unlock level 70 and level 75 eventually. And the most efficient way to do it will be going from 69 to 70 or 74 to 75. Right now the highest level is 64, so 65, so the most efficient amount of EXP you can gain is from 64 to 65. Man, Xenovaders, a little bit annoying to fight on the rig, in my personal opinion. Alright. A little bit of frustrating to deal with, in my personal opinion. Everyone's different though. Alright. Swordsman, I hope he gets stuck. Nah, he doesn't. He walks up and unleashes his attack right away. Interesting. If I could just keep him in this little... Alright, hey, I mean... One more swipe before he died. It's respectable, really. Alright, I just received another text that is slightly more urgent, asking if I want food, so I'm going to have to reply to that, because I do want food. Can't have them stopping by somewhere. That's the worst. Your parents be out somewhere, or like your significant other, your brother, whoever you live with, your roommate, they're like, hey, I'm hitting this spot for food on the way home. Do you want anything? You're like doing the dishes or taking the dogs out or taking a nap or something. You wake up and see it. You're like, oh, yes, please. That's my favorite spot. Let me get one of these and give me one of that real quick. Thank you so much. And they're like, damn, I'm so sorry I left already. You're like, oh, man, you were really looking forward to, like, whatever it is, that burger, that shake, that smoothie. Damn, dude, these guys, and what's scary about these guys, too, is they do not care about headshots, bro. They do not. When you hit them with the headshot, it does not stun them. They just charge right forward at you. They don't care at all. But That'd be the worst when you miss out on food and it was gonna be free and everything. So let me hurry up and reply to that. I'll be taking a 3-finger combo with a large root beer. Normally I get the box combo, but man, I feel like less of a man for saying it, but it's just the truth. I have not been finishing my box combos lately, you know what I'm saying? Every time I get a box combo, I feel like there's always a little bit of fries left over and like one full-blown tender, you know? For anyone who doesn't know, canes. I live in Southern California, so there's a lot of canes by my house, and I just like fried chicken with French fries and Texas toast. It's just so good, so good. It's like the basic meal, chicken tenders, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere you go, if you get chicken tenders, it should at least be edible. I'm not saying it's going to be great, but chicken tenders is always a safe move, it feels like. But but some people, that's their go-to, you know? All Cane's got is chicken tenders, so I be getting that. I was getting the box combo, but like I was admitting to y'all that I was a little bit embarrassed about, I don't even be finishing that thing lately. I've been giving my dogs the 4th tender. I split it in half and give it up to my 2 dogs, and there's like a little bit of fries left each time, so I've downgraded to the 3-finger combo, and I've been finishing it every time, and I'm like, dang it, dude. Gotta get my appetite bigger, man. I used to finish, seriously, I know I sound so old, and I sound like such a guy who's always like reminiscing on high school days and whatnot, but I used to finish the Caniac combo by myself. There's nothing like that puberty hunger for a young boy. Oh my goodness, man. I would just eat anything and anything I could get my hands on. I was starving when I was growing up, when I was like 15 to 19, 15 to 20, I was 24/7 starving, and that's not an exaggeration. I would seriously eat an entire Caniac combo by myself and then be like, y'all want pizza? Y'all want ice cream? Like, oh, I got a sweet tooth. I'm craving some candy. And these days I'll have like a regular meal. Halfway through I'll be like, oh man, I'm getting a little full. I don't know if I'm going to finish this. It's just funny to see how much my appetite has changed over the years. Man, I forgot you're kind of supposed to shoot that guy with the charge rifle, aren't you? Or he spawns a knock helm. I'm pretty sure if you just shoot him with a charge rifle from a long way away, he just dies. And he doesn't spawn the knock helm. I could be wrong though. But on the way home, we get some canes picked up for us, so I'm pretty high. Just a little 3-finger combo with a large root beer will do it for me. And then another thing I've been talking about is so funny. When I get a freaking, they're always like, oh, do you want extra sauce? And I'm always like, no thank you, I'm good. And when I say that, they give me some half-filled sauce. And when I dip one fry in my half-filled sauce, it's empty. All the sauce is gone. And I'm like, bruh. But then, when I'm like, yeah, can I get an extra sauce, please? And I get 2 sauces with my order. Where is the Syndicate Elite that keeps shooting me with a bazooka? I keep getting shot with rockets. I really got to deal with that. Where even is he? But then, every single time I try to order 2 freaking... Is it down there? I think it's... Damn, I could be wrong. Every time I try to order 2 sauces, them johns are filled to the brim with sauce. Oh, I meant to reload. Sorry about that. Filled to the brim with sauce, and for some reason, every time I dip my chicken tender in the sauce, nothing happens. I'll dip it and swirl it and twist it around, try to get as much sauce as I can on that tender. Ayo, no pause this time. And then, like, nothing will happen. I eat like 3 tenders, the whole toast, and half of my fries. And I look down, and my first... Damn it, dude, I'm hot again. Man, Maybe I am just that much worse at the oil rigs when I'm trying to commentate and not use my gobfin. But I do all that, and the sauce ain't even dented. It still looks full. I'll be like, damn, dude, still full? How in the world? I don't know how them sauce mechanics, I don't know how they get it to do that. It'd be lasting longer when it's 2 sauces, but it don't last. It's kind of like that iPhone battery. The first 80% burns up in like 5 minutes, and then the, oh, I can't let this dude hit me. I gotta get my shield back. Then that last 10%, that last 20%, be lasting 5 hours. That's that King sauce math. It's that iPhone battery math. It's the same thing. Oh, damn, he's gonna do a lot of damage to me. Yeah, I should have made sure I had some cover before engaging in that fight. I kind of thought I'd be able to do enough damage to end it, but I was wrong. Okay, this is bad. Again, I thought I would be able to do enough damage to end it, but I was wrong. Huh. Wonder if they got a slight buff on this update. They feel slightly stronger, but again, I always run so much, I always chatter so much about how much more difficult the rig is when you do versus when you don't have goblins. It's just an absolutely ridiculous difference between the two. Alright, let's go back to this knock helm. Incineram knocked. Dude, who in the world is shooting me? Alright, I was gonna say, it's definitely coming from up above. That was too quick though, I feel like there's 2 of them. That was too quick to be just one of them, right? Is there 2 people shooting rockets at me? It sure feels like it. Huh. Guess we'll find out eventually. Where is his face? How do you hit for criticals? Okay, that's a little bit crazy. You're doing the most. You need to calm the hell down. Okay, apparently this angle you're hitting the face. Should probably be working a little bit harder on my commentary, but I've said it once and I'll say it again. My brain starts getting a little bit fried after super lengthy, tedious runs like this. So, also for the sake of the video, I do think I'm gonna try to get my Neptilius up to 64 and then switch out. I'm pretty sure that guy spawns a knock helm if you don't kill him too. Let me show y'all what I mean. After I kill this Incineram Nox, obviously. Kill this Incineram Nox first. And then I'm going to switch to the Corallum rifle. I know it's called a charge rifle, but I'm calling it the Corallum rifle from now on. Watch, when you switch to the Corallum rifle for some reason and then do headshots, I don't think he spawns the knock helm. Yeah, it does not spawn the knock helm when you just simply kill him. Alright, getting beamed by a laser rifleman. Those dudes do a ton of damage, so I gotta not joke around. Gotta take it a little bit more seriously when it's a laser rifleman. Hello? Hello? Oh, him right there. I'm blind. That's my fault. Man, my brain is getting a little bit fried. And it's been, what, an hour and 20 minutes? Yeah, on this oil rig. That's okay. What level did we start at? Like level 56 or level 57 on the Neptilius season? Now we're level 63. That is a lot different from going from level 1 to level 7 though. Level 56 to level 63 is a very, very, very large amount of EXP. Yep. Correct. Absolutely. Affirmative. Oh yeah. Let's deal with that real quick. Damn, the range on that is pretty terrible. I always forget how bad the range is. I kind of want to keep this near an hour. I haven't been clearing it as efficiently as I could. I could probably be doing this slightly quicker. What just shot at me? Who just shot at me? Excuse me. The innovator's gonna do his little jump, isn't he? Do it. Bring yourself in range of my flamethrower. That hit me. Nice. He missed his little jump and swipe. I'm back here. I can hit you, and the other guy can't hit me. So that's nice. Oh, unless he walks right up. Well, now it's time to play Ring Around the Rosie. To abuse the fact that the flamethrower can hit through walls. I don't think that one hit me. I think I was able to avoid that one. I'll be able to tell if my shield starts regenerating or not. Oh, okay. Shield did start regenerating, so I think I was able to avoid that one. I guess I hit the Vindicate Swordsman. Yeah, I had a feeling he'd change direction, of course. Guess I hit him. Nice. This is less than optimal. Alright. Oh man. Syndicate Swordsman is frustrating, dude. I guess it is a good skill check though. I kind of do get away with a lot on these oil rig runs. Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe this is a friendly reminder that I'm actually not that good at the game. And that I shouldn't be relying on certain mechanics. That I should just try to be better at the game overall. And that would constantly put me in a better position by just being better at the game rather than trying to achieve certain things like job pins, legendary schematics. But if I was just better at the game, I would not find myself in as many precarious situations. I don't know where that Syndicate Grenadier is going, but he's going somewhere. I just got freaking popped by that hunter. I was hoping I wouldn't be able to get shot through the railing, but dropped my whole shield, didn't he? I gotta do better on defense because I haven't died on the rigs in a really long time, but my armor takes an absolute beating on these rigs, so I really do have to be a little bit more intelligent about defense. Probably could have killed both of these guys with the flamethrower. I normally do. I don't know why I didn't go flamethrower that time, because he can't really even hit me. I wouldn't mind if the burn aggregate did slightly more damage, but I say that, and that's kind of like, you know, saying, oh, I wish they overhauled the katana, and then they overhaul it, and it's like, geez, this thing is way too strong. So I don't know, maybe I don't want the burn aggregate, because then I'm gonna get set on fire. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be like, what the hell is this? Oh. That's a little bit insane. They started that move from that far away. It hit hard when I don't have a 40% defense boost, huh? Plus, I don't think I'm wearing my defensive necklace right now either. Is it called a medallion? I wanted to call it a defensive medallion, but it's just an accessory pendant. That's what it's called. Pendant or yeah, pendant. Or I thought it was P-E-D-A-N-T for a second. I was like, no, there's an N in there, right? Surely. Where's the other Polaris, dude? Is it underneath? I think it's underneath. Annoying. This is what I was doing yesterday, by the way, guys. I had cleared this part of the rig already, like this platform below and all the way back there. And this was the last strip of the rig I had not cleared. And I was in the middle of clearing this strip when just everyone respawned. There was Syndicate Crushers here again. There was Laser Riflemen. The Knock Helm came out. Everyone respawned. It was super problematic. So that was a little bit annoying when that happened yesterday, but just how the game goes. Alright, make sure to get the hunter out. Instead of reloading first, let's freeze the swordman in place with some headshots, and then we'll finish the job. I'm trying to be a little bit quicker than I was yesterday because I want it to all fit into one recording that's not 2 hours long, and then I also wanted to make sure the freaking rig doesn't respawn halfway through. That would suck. Because then normally I just have to hurry up and get off the rig and get out of there. Alright. Yeah, I'm still hitting it from that far away. Yeah. I should have backflipped. That was my fault for not dodging. Man, they hit hard. They got such annoying angles too. Oh, the rig. I told you guys, it just respawned. Oh my goodness. Dude, I might die for that. That's insane to me. That's so frustrating. Oh man, guys, please. Do I die for this? I don't think so. I think I get out. Wow. Well, that's annoying. That is what I was talking about. I guess it had been about an hour, huh? Well, turns out that rig respawns about every 1 hour, so that's how much loot we got, how much ammo we used, how much durability we took off of our weapons and our armor. Man, that's a little bit... You know what? I can't even really be mad, honestly. I was going to say that's a little bit irritating, but I guess I kind of like the fact that the rig respawns that quickly, because then, you know, you can go raid it again. You can go finish it again. I probably should have repositioned myself to a slightly better angle and then just continued raiding the rig so that I could get up to level 64. But I think I'm probably just going to go do it in my base. Hey, pause. Finish leveling the Neptilius is what I meant. So, let's see. I guess we'll... no, we shouldn't stop at this base first. This base is under construction. So I'm leaving some breeding farms here in the meantime. And I was going to come pick up these eggs, but I have a full inventory from raiding the oil rig and taking some extra weapons. So, geez, this recording is also already an hour and a half long. I feel like there's nothing I could even do to... I mean, I could use a bunch of EXP scrolls, but that's not my thing. I don't like doing that. Some more dog coins. That's pretty cool. I don't want to end this video with them not being level 65. Let's repair all my stuff first. Everything except the Coralum rifle. I just don't have... I don't want to right now. I don't have enough Coralum, it feels like. Even though Hexalite, I'm kind of cutting into my funds a little bit, but that's okay. I repaired everything except that Coralum rifle. And then, what is it, like an enhancement items? What are those little training crystals, and how many do I have? 49? I mean, it's the difference between 5 and 10, because if I use one right now while they're level 63, then it'll bring them to level 64, and I will still have to use one more training crystal to get them to level 65, so I just can't see it as being worth it, to be honest. You know what? I'm going to make this a really long video. I don't care. We're going to go back to the other base and pick up all the eggs. Screw it. Actually, before we do that, we're going to start a lot of AFK stuff. That's a good idea. Start getting EXP. There we go. That's a smart idea. I should have been doing that from the start as soon as I got on. Well guys, this video might take another 20 minutes now, but I don't think it's supposed to be a super high-paced, high-action video. You guys are kind of just watching me train the Neptiliuses at this point, you know. This is going to be one of those recordings that's more for me than it is for an audience, because this is not extremely exciting to watch. This is not deeply entertaining for most people, I would say. So I completely understand that. Would understand if the viewership reflected this thought process. So let's do all this really quickly, and I bet this will have some EXP going in the base. There's some stuff I could do on the first floor as well to get some more EXP going. I'm gonna leave these two, yeah. This is what I wanted to work on, because I've got so much freaking charcoal, dude. Yeah, I need to burn through some of my charcoal for sure. That's why, because I was smelting wood to make charcoal for EXP, but then now I've got a bunch of chests full of charcoal. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this carbon fiber, because I don't need that either, but EXP, so I don't care. As long as I'm getting EXP, I'm happy. Alright, and then let's do the gold, and then let's go back and do the breeding project so I can talk about that. Gold. And then I might even start sending some expeditions back out for dog coins, because I really wanted to get Zoe up to maximum condensation level. Convention. Check it out. What? Oh, she's in the viewing cage right now. Dang it. So there's Zoe and Grizz Bolt. But what about Zoe herself? So she does have 3 stars already, and she did have Serenity, but that's a passive you could get from the surgery table. And yeah, Zoe and Grizz Bolt, only 1 star. So if I decided to save up 2,000 dog coins, that would definitely be worth it. Alright. Well, now I know. I think that's a lot more worth it than catching 100 freaking NPCs, in my personal opinion, but then again, maybe that's not that hard. These videos will probably go in their entire own playlist, because these are just going to be 2-hour-long videos of me running my mouth. So. Alright, I need to drop off 11 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are only 21 eggs that can be here at a time. Well, only 20 eggs can be here at a time, really. Whatever. $20 eggs that can be there at a time, and they were waiting to make 1 more. So 21. And I picked up 10. That was the 11 one. So this is why, again, I really like having a base that's in an area with perfect weather, because then I'm safe to just run away with my multi-climate undershirt not on. Alright. So this breeding project, I probably should have done some explaining. I'm breeding Ragnahawks because they change the player's attack type to fire. And I'm breeding some beacons with some diamond passes and to be fully condensed, as well as some Frost Alien Nox, because they all change your player's attack type to the element that I'm looking for. And for anyone who knows, you know, this sounds real familiar to you, doesn't it? Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. I'm going to be doing Heartless Ultra, and I need some pals to help me change my attack type, because I think I can break through the barrier with the Coralum Rifle, and a legendary schematic of the rocket launcher, and the multi-guided missile launcher, and the musket. Things that all do over 10,000 damage per shot. I think maybe if I was to change my attack type to the type that's needed to break the shield, and then I were to use my hard-hitting weapons along with my Gobfins and whatever boosts are necessary, then I feel like I might be able to break the Heartless shields without freaking breeding a whole raid army specifically bred to be for Heartless, because I don't want to make a bunch of Orserks and Blazemuts for a I hate when I make it blue. It's so annoying. Alright, well this is just not working for me at all. This is so frustrating. Anyways, I didn't want to have to breed an entirely new raid army. I was hoping I could just use 1 or 2 pals to break through those shields. So, as I did with my Xenolord raid army, for anyone who's watched that, I'm pretty sure Frostallion changes your attack to ice. So I made 2 Frostallions with Diamond Body, Eternal Engine, Legend, and Swift, so that they had as much defense as possible, so that they wouldn't be dying, and so that they were as quick as possible, so that I wouldn't be getting hit even so the defense for when I do get hit, I don't want to die right away, and then the speed and the stamina, so that hopefully I'm not getting hit. I'm avoiding that in the first place. So, looking for King of the Waves right now for another breeding project that I'm doing, and if I don't get King of the Waves, then those Neptiliuses just become fodder for the other Neptiliuses. I'm almost done with the Ragnarok, so that's pretty exciting. I've had this Ragnarok that's been needing to be condensed for a little while now. Let me see. Are any of these guys like just Philanthropist? I guess you're just Eternal Engine. Alright, that's 2 that make just Eternal Engine, right? And then, yeah, let's try this. Alright. Might be done with Ragnarok, so then it'll be time to go switch out the Ragnaroks at the other breeding base with the Deacons. Okay, nice. So I am done now for sure, because I only need 9 more Ragnaroks, and I've got over 10 sitting in other incubators right now, so it makes it very easy on me. Is that all the Frost Stallion knocks? Alright, nice. See, I've got an incubator full of eggs right here, so I know for a fact my Ragnarok will be complete. Nice. Alright, this is going to be a 2-hour video for sure. I didn't really want it to be, but I kind of wanted to get these Neptiliuses to 65, and this will show you guys what it takes. Oh, and here's another 10 Ragnarok eggs right here, I guess. Alright, I'm going to go to the other base to hurry up and switch out the Ragnaroks, because I don't need any more. So, this is definitely going to be a long video, but this is what it takes to get the raid armies up to level 65. It's a grind, dude. It's an absolute grind. It's no joke at all. So then we're going to place them with these guys, right? No, these are the feeders. So feeders go back up to the top. These are the breeders. These are the ones that have the stats I want them to have in the passes. Assign these guys to the breeding farm. Night time, so they're sleeping. Alright. I thought they wouldn't sleep if there was no beds, but I'm mistaken. Okay. I think I might just give these eggs away, to be honest. Yeah, I guess I will. I really don't need a couple extra Ragnarhawks, so I'm just gonna leave them at this base. Guess there's nothing to sleep in at this base, so I'm just gonna have to wait to go back and fix that. Cool. Anyways, let's see. Grabbed all the eggs from here. Let's go finish putting the Frostallion knocked eggs to incubate at the very least. Yeah, it definitely would have been quicker to just turn around and get back to the oil rig from a different angle where I'm not about to die, but I kind of panicked because they all respawn in the middle of me being there, and kind of just got sick of it. I was like, alright, well, should not have collected that. I don't know why I thought it was done. Whoops. Let me wait till it's finished this time around. Put that back. Go put the rest of the eggs to incubate. Come pick up some of these eggs. And then I probably need to go send another expedition, actually. It's been way too long. Put some of my pendants back on. And then let me switch back to dog coins, because I want to be able to easily get Zoe's level a little bit higher. You guys couldn't see, this one rewards dog coins, and I'm lucky enough to have a raid army already active, so it's pretty cool. Raid army that gets me maximum rewards from expeditions. That's always really cool. So let me go disassemble some pals. Definitely gonna go hit the level 55 oil rig though. I don't feel like waiting the entire time to get the amount of EXP it's gonna require. I am gonna be lazy and use 5 training crystals though, because I may have used a training crystal literally one time to see what it did. And I was like, oh, it did exactly what I thought it did. It raises your pal's level by 1. And they're pretty rare, and I feel like the only scenario in which it would be appropriate to use them is going from level 64 to level 65, as I mentioned earlier. And I feel like the only time it's appropriate to do that is during a video when you don't want to wait another 15 to 20 minutes, because then the recording would be 2 hours and 30 minutes long rather than 2 hours. So let me hurry up and hit that other oil rig to get to level 64 quicker. Put this away. And then over here. And then it's actually daytime, so let's go put the beacons to breed, because we're all done with the Ragnarhawks. So for the first barrier, I believe it's electric, so I'm going to want to be flying on a beacon that's level 65, full souls, fully condensed, and good passes. That way my attack will be switched to electric, and just in case one dies, I'm making 2 if y'all can't tell, could not tell. So I'm looking to have, yeah, these were the breeder Ragnarhawks. I could just put these away. I could replace the old Ragnox, honestly. No. I will put them in box 6 in the bottom right corner so that I know they need to be put in the PAL box where breeding pals go. Pals with really good passes on them go. But anyways, 2 of each pal to be able to change my attack, and then I'm just going to be dropping lots of damage on them to see if I can break the shields without the help of pals, because... Hello? Am I not fast traveling? I clicked... Oh, you can't... I'm such an idiot. You can't fast travel to a rig, you can only fast travel near it. Whoops. Because, yeah, that would really stink. I would like to cheese that Heartless raid if I can, but if I have to end up breeding like 10 Blazemuts and 10 Orsurks and 10 Xenolords to end up beating the raid, that wouldn't be the worst, I suppose. Because I do already have the Blazemuts and the Orsurks, and the Blazemuts and the Orsurks I have bred already, and then the Xenolord I have the stats on like 4 different Xenolords. I don't have all 4 fighting stats on one Xenolord, but... Oh, alright. Thank you, Raid Neptilius. I wonder... I don't know, I just feel like it's... Oh wow, even these guys take way more shots than I remember because I don't have Goblins. Let me test it out, hold on. Nah, I'm just... They died just as quickly as I remember. I saw that Syndicate Veteran's health bar and I was like, yo, dude, I might not even waste the training crystals. Why am I getting the same amount of EXP from defeating these guys as I was the other guys? It's like 30 to 50,000 per Syndicate boob, is it not? Huh. I don't even know if I want to go back and use the training crystals at this point. I'm gaining so much EXP so quickly. I don't think I'm gonna now. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna finish this rig. Why would I not just finish this rig instead of wasting the crystals? Huh. Yeah, screw it. I think I'm gonna stay here. Sorry, guys. This is gonna be a 2-hour recording. Ask me if I care. Nope. Probably just gonna name it Clearing both of the rigs to level up Neptilius, so y'all know the deal. Who's shooting me? You? Unexcusable, sir. Burn. There you go, the hell just leveled up. I was gonna say, I definitely have 12 crystals by now. Definitely have 12 Pyrans as well. I've hit these raids like a million times. You know what? I think I'm just gonna change my mind for a 15th time because I'm actually bipolar. I'm gonna just do that. Yeah, that was enough. I'm gonna end the video here. Not end the video here, but just go use the training crystals. I lied. I'm gonna give you guys something to look forward to. I think maybe not everyone has defeated a raid boss yet, so not everyone has achieved a training crystal. Is there any other way you can achieve training crystals, or does it have to be from a raid boss? But anyways, I was like, you know what? It's actually like a million. I think it's like over 2 million EXP to get that last level. Yeah. 3,311,590 XP, and I was like, you know what? That is still like over 100 Syndicate boobs I need to kill, and even though that's not that bad, that's gonna take a really long time. I don't want this to be a 2.5-hour recording. I changed my mind. Let's just do 5 crystals and then end the video. I did in fact change my mind once more. Alright, so let's drop all of this off, and then enhancement items, and then just 5 really quick. 1, 2, 4, 5, and then this way we can say the Neptilius has all got to level 65 in this video. Boop. 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 Wow, that was the absolute best use of that Just gave all of them 3.3 million EXP. That's like as much EXP as you can get out of one. I love that they added this in the update, by the way. That's as much EXP as you can get out of one training crystal, by the way. But there it is. We got, I'm going to screenshot that really quick, probably put that as part of the thumbnail, but we did it. We got the first 5 raid Neptiliuses to level 65 and fully condensed and fully palled. So y'all better look out. I'm going to have this raid army ready within like 1 to 2 weeks, and we're going to be fighting Blazemut Ryu pretty soon here. And then once we beat Blazemut Ryu and Blazemut Ryu Ultra, then we'll be fighting Heartless Ultra, because I've defeated Heartless, but I have not yet overcome Heartless Ultra. So I'm still looking forward to fighting that raid boss. But to be 100% honest, I think I can beat Blazemut Ryu Ultra by using the raid Neptiliuses for the first half of the fight, and then I've never done the fight myself, and I've only watched snippets, so I've never seen a fight from start to end. But I'm pretty sure his quirk is once you get him all the way down to 1 health, he dies and he comes back as an electric type. So now he does a ton of damage to water types. So water types won't be any good for the second half of the raid. Even though ice type wouldn't be 2 times effective against him, they're not at a 2 times disadvantage either, because the Neptiliuses take 2 times the damage from electric moves. So when Blazemut Ryu does that switch, they're going to be in a lot of trouble versus I think the Bastagor army might be able to hold up, because even though they're not 2 times effective, they're not 2 times weak either. So it would still be a 30v1, and they'll be fresh too. I'll make sure they haven't fought at all. I'll make sure they have their medicine boost, their food boost on them, things like that. So I think for the Blazemut Ryu Ultra raid, we might already be fine. We might already be ready to beat it, because if not, then I'm going to have to breed 10 to 20 to 30 knockhelms, which is going to kind of suck. It's going to be a really big chore, and it's going to be boring. But as I keep saying, an investment in the future is always worth it, because I've gotten through so many raids that I feel like I should not have been able to beat. I definitely did not have enough skill to beat that raid boss, but just the Bastagors covered for me. Just the Bastagors, I invested so much time and energy and resources into them that they're just so strong. They just clutch me. They just get it done when I need it to be done, whatever it is. But really quickly before the end of the video, let's check what I was talking about with their trust. This guy, so I don't have anyone whose trust is level 1. This barely just increased to 2 apparently. But you get plus 32 from a 32 attack points from a level 1 trust. Check this out. Plus 157 from a level 10 trust. So they are, oh, and he's got a 20% boost because of the food right now. Okay, that's why their attack is higher than normal. Because I'm like, why is some of these guys 3,600? Normally they're all 3,300. But, so I guess the trust isn't worth as much as I initially thought. But yeah, this is a nearly a 2-hour long video. So to anyone who watched it, to anyone who enjoyed, and especially to anyone who stayed to the end, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great one. Peace out, and GG's, y'all. I'll catch y'all for the next one.